Hello everybody, this is Edgar Garcia. You guys are watching Fresh News. If you have not pressed like on my um, Facebook page or subscribe to my channel, please do. So today I'm going to talk about the importance of having nationalism involved in the free market. First of all, I'm a huge supporter of the free market. I believe that the free market, when you have less government being involved in the government, being involved in the market, it's actually more beneficial for businesses. Businesses are able to produce more money. Now, when it comes to redistribution, depending on how good the government is, they can probably provide safety nets such as public education or stuff like that, Medicaid or things like that. I'm not completely opposed to having the government have some little bit of regulation. I just feel that sometimes, a lot of bureaucrats can over abuse it. However, I do feel that it's very important. I'm a huge supporter of the free market. But with that being said, I also think that nationalism is a very important trait when it comes to the free market to work. If we live in a country in the United States, one of the most important things, I am a supporter of immigration, but massive immigration becomes a huge problem, because the thing about massive immigration is that the scarcity of jobs becomes limited. So now all of a sudden you have so many people coming in here, and what it does is now people have to compete for these jobs, right? Now people can say, well, Americans compete with each other, yes, but the problem is that there is already an estimated amount of money of how much the government and the federal government will invest for these citizens living here. When you bring in more people in here, the reason why you bring more people here is because these people need some jobs are not being filled by Americans, in quotes. But I do feel that the reason why that happens is one of the reasons why is one of the things is our culture. Unfortunately, the culture of many young millennials seem to take careers such as liberal arts, and I feel like perhaps the education and public education will begin to promote more jobs that are trade jobs. Perhaps those jobs will be filled. That's number one. Number two is the fact that I feel that sometimes it's about supply and demand. Sometimes I feel like they get way too many immigrants, and they do not realize. I feel like they do not plan that the fact that they need to kind of first prioritize and give it to the millions of unemployed Americans that are living here in the U.S. And why do sometimes Americans don't do the jobs? Many people ask themselves that, why don't they do those jobs? Well, could it be because of it's lazy? Most of the people that are for massive immigration will argue that the reason why is because many Americans are entitled and they're lazy. And like I said, there is some truth to that, because of course the generation of millennials, we have been kind of conditioned to do other type of jobs. It's really about an image and stuff. But I do feel that one of the reasons is because the fact that when you have way too many people who are living here illegally, the wages come down, which means that you have to look at it like why would I work for a job at a very, very minimum when you can just take the unemployment? What does it do? What it does is when you have way too many people coming in here, the wages come down. Then you can't negotiate to the point that you can say, okay, we're going to try to, where the workers and the corporations and the businesses, they will come with an agreement and say, okay, I'll work for you for this much, but I want to get paid for this much. And that doesn't happen when you have, because there's already other people that are willing to fill those jobs. So I just wanted to talk that really, wanted to express, I think immigration, I think nationalism is very important for us, for the free market to work. And I'm going to also add another thing. For example, when you have so many people that are very rich entrepreneurs from Saudi Arabia, from China, I'm just using an example. The problem is when you have only people and you try to focus on immigration with merit. Okay, though these people will come in here, but the fact is that when you bring these people in here, sure, they're going to help economically America, yet, but at the same time, they're going to be able to have different ideas when it comes to politics, and with their money and influence, they'll be able to persuade many politicians. This is the reason why I think it's very important for us to have a nationalistic approach when it comes to free market. This does not mean that we're going to be isolated. You know, I'm sorry if I cannot pronounce that word. But it doesn't mean that we're going to be isolated away from the world. It doesn't mean that we're going to be xenophobic and not accept no immigrant. I do feel that there's always room for immigrants in any nation, whether it's like a few thousand or a few 100,000 or even a million, you know, but it really varies. So this is not a call for xenophobia. This is not a call to be isolated from around, you know, from the whole world. But I do think that nationalism in the free market is very important. Okay, so I just wanted to say that, and I hope you guys have a great day.